for as long as human consciousness has existed, human beings have asked, have inquired into the nature of their life, their identity, and their relationship with the universe. We have been in a constant dialogue with the universe, and the universe has not been very uh, uh, very verbose. The universe has been quite so ever so silent on us for all these hundreds of thousands of years that our species has existed. And in the last few thousand years, in a post-agrarian space where more human beings had more time because of agriculture, not all human beings had to hunt and gather, and suddenly a lot of human beings had the time to sit and wonder what life was about, how to make a better future for the community and eventually for the species. We have been asking some fundamental questions, and we have been reiterating these questions over and over again. Questions like, who am I? Where do I come from? What do I do with my life? Is there meaning? Has meaning been inherited? Do I need to inherit some meaning, or can I invent my own? Or is life utterly, completely meaningless? We've been asking a lot of questions, and we have reiterated these questions in so many different forms and methods. But I still felt that there was too many questions that had not been answered by many of these people, mainly because they never had the ability to prove what they speculated on, and hence their speculations were debated heavily amongst them, but they had no way to verify it. If there was one philosophical tradition that believed that the smallest indivisible fundamental form of life is matter, and there was one that believed that it was energy, and there was one that believed that it was non-dual, they had no further way, they had no further means to prove themselves right or wrong. And those means were produced by humans only in the last century. Now we can look into the atom. We know what an electron is. We know we have proven methods of looking into genes and editing genes. Even we have decoded the human genome even. So we have in the last few decades made more breakthroughs in our understanding, in our comprehension of what life is, what the universe is, than the last 3,000 years of humanity put together. And those breakthroughs have come from biology. Now, those breakthroughs have, of course, initially in the last 150 years, the first big breakthroughs came from physics, from understanding the relationship between big cosmic objects, big objects like stars and planets and their relationships, eventually moving towards the infinitely small, and eventually in the last couple of decades, understanding the emergent complex phenomena like genes and like the DNA. And because this knowledge is so new to us, we still fall back on knowledge systems that are centuries old. We still talk about psychology, for example, from a Freudian or a Jungian perspective, or from an ancient darshan perspective, when we have far more accurate insights and proved insights from neurocognitive biology that are far more accurate. So I feel that cognitive biology, systems biology, have managed to solve philosophical problems of the last 2,000 years, and it's not made it to front page news like it should have. I mean, I can imagine the Buddha having a conversation with his disciples, saying that someday somebody will figure this out, and the whole humanity will rejoice. But the humanity is not rejoicing because it never made it to the front page news. We have found the answers that the Buddha sought. We have found the answers that some of the greatest seekers sought, but that has not been news yet for a large part of humanity. And that is what I'm interested in being the conduit of. As a filmmaker, I feel my responsibility is that of what Kabir was as a poet, that to take the breakthroughs of understanding, of our comprehension, and convert them to intuitions, convert them to stories that can be extremely useful for anybody who's seeking.